It's been 10 years since LH Construction signed a contract to begin operations at the jointly run Kaesong Industrial Complex in the North Korean border city. For the past decade, the production volume at the factory zone has increased over 30-fold, and it's been an exemplary model of South and North Korean economic cooperation. There was another piece of news related to North Korea. On June 30th, North Korea fired 2 short-range missiles into the East Sea. South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff said the launch was likely a show of force ahead of a visit to Seoul by Chinese President Xi Jinping. The South Korean military has heightened its vigilance and tightened its military readiness against any additional provocations by Pyongyang. Unification Ministry correspondent Hwang Sung-hee delved deeper into the issue and heard the opinions of experts. On the morning of July 2nd, Kim Seok-kyun, the Commissioner General of the Korea Coast Guard, was questioned about the response to April's ferry disaster at a special parliamentary committee hearing. Lawmakers of the ruling and the opposition parties asked why the rescue operation was a failure. National Assembly correspondent Ji Myung-kil gave us a wrap-up of the hearing. Chinese President Xi Jinping visited Korea on July 3rd and 4th, his first trip to the peninsula since taking office last year. President Park Geun-hye held summit talks with President Xi, which focused on bilateral relations and also about North Korea's nuclear program. The two leaders also talked in depth about how to cooperate more closely in dealing with Japan. This visit was in the spotlight all the more as it was the first time a Chinese leader had visited South Korea before paying a visit to its traditional ally, North Korea. Through President Xi Jinping's visit to Korea, progress is expected with regard to a South Korea-China free trade agreement. Anchors Moon Conn-young and Daniel Choy tuned in live with the Korea-China Summit press conference. It's the morning of July 1st. Reporter Shin Se-min looks like she's in a state of confusion in preparation of a news report.
I think it's better that I
She goes to get some help from the news director.
Speeches or 다른 걸 이 세션들을 하나 잡고 어떤 게 더 interesting하고 더 relevant 할지를 여쭤보는 거예요. 그래서
Well, you have to find an example that it actually make it easier for our viewers to understand the effectiveness or how this technology will help improve the competitiveness of a company involved or whatever, the player.
Even if they don't have a solid item or product that they are trying to
Yeah,
sell.
as long as you can show how this technology can improve. 뭔데? 아까 어디 갔지?
네, 알겠습니다.
The complicated problem has been solved a little for Se-min. She finds her stride preparing for the coverage.
So this year, it marks 12th year since NANO Korea kicked off here in the nation. And the exhibition and the event itself is where private enterprises as well as research institutes converge to share their studies and research on nanotechnology itself. And our news department also covered it last year, and I started looking into it. And their slogan for this year was creative economy, and their aim was to commercialize the products that has incorporated the nanotechnology. So I decided to look into it a little more.
On July 2nd, the 12th NANO Korea 2014 event got started, and Se-min paid a visit to the exhibition hall. Some 2,000 nano researchers participated in the exhibition, and the advanced nanotechnologies from 15 countries were on display. It's Korea's largest nano-related international event.
전체적으로 봤을 때 각 분야에서 한 한두 개 정도 눈에 띌 만한 거를 하려고.
아니 근데 너무 많아 지금. 많아서 딱 찝어야 돼.
처음에는 봤던 게 뭐 생활 가전에서 투명 토스트, 뭐 스피커, 투명 스피커 그런 게 있대요.
Se-min arrives at the exhibition hall and talks with the video journalist to discuss the filming process. The two decide to set the order of which booths to visit for the filming so that it matches with the contents of her article.
제품을 가지고 있는 게 아니에요. 그 제품에 들어가는 일 품목을 나열해놔서 그 한번 저기 인포 먼저 가서 문의해보고 여기 부스를 찾아서 올게요. 회사 리스트에 들어가 있는 거는 TNB 나노 일렉, 뭐 토스터기, 뭐 휴대용 온열기 같이 해서. 그럼 이 특별관은 지금 가면 열려 있나요?
네, 다 열려 있어요. 지금 한 10시에 오픈이거든요.
네.
알겠습니다. 피올이니까 피올로 The event itself was huge. It was divided into two different halls filled with a countless number of booths introduced by different enterprises and organizations, and I just didn't know where to begin. I knew they were all there for one purpose, but finding a starting point for me when I first arrived there was one of the challenges that I had to face.
Nanotechnology is used in the production of semiconductors, displays, and vehicles, and various industries related to the environment and energy employ it as well. These days, nanotechnology is common in many of the products we use on a daily basis.
여기요. 세괄가전 저기 있는 것 같은데.
아, 옷도 이거고?
네. 이게 투명 스피커래요.
투명 스피커?
Se-min has found the first product she wants to include in her story.
이렇게 한 두세 가지를 핀포인트해서 그거 설명하고 조금씩 한 두세 문장씩 갈 거예요. 이 나노 테크놀로지가 정말 우리 실생활에 쓸 수 있게 돼 있는 거고 나머지는 그냥 거의 다 theory로만 있는 거라서.
While the daily necessities made with nanotechnology are being filmed, Se-min looks around for the next product. She isn't just going to introduce the exhibition, but also explain the development of the nano industry. So she does a lot of research on site.
그래도 시각적으로 보여주려면 LED가 나을 것 같아서.
LED. 아대소.
Se-min also tries to gain a bit of information from the person in charge of promotions.
이게 뭔데요? 이게 이제 들어갈 거라는 거죠. 선배님, 여 차에서 나오는 건요, 이거래요. 이 라이트, LED 라이트. 지금 내장돼 있진 않지만 이게 차에 들어갈 거라는 건데.
The LED lights made with nanotechnology are said to give off a solid, stable light.
차 다음에 요거요. 요거는 이게 무슨 항균 제품이래요. 전자기기 외장재 해서 이런 걸 전자기기에 붙여 쓰기도 하나 봐요.
Some habits are hard to shake. The habit of jotting down notes is ingrained in Se-min. Taking notes can create new ideas, and as she jots down her thoughts and information, Se-min is finding an answer to a question she's had.
I knew my video footage would be limited had I not been looking for a new product, something that would trigger people to see my package in general. So I went into the exhibition and started looking for an actual product that we normally use in our daily lives that people can relate to. So I continuously try to talk with my video journalist to pinpoint things that I wanted to emphasize from that whole exhibition.
The Samsung Electronics booth was very popular among Korean and foreign visitors. Smartphones have become a must-have gadget for everyone, and they also use nanotechnology.
갤럭시 S에 뭐 탑재되어 있는 그 방수 기능은 어디에 가면 워터프루프, 그러니까 그 방수 기능의 뭐 나노 섬유를 그거를 테크놀로지를 탑재해서 그게 어떻게 방수 기능을 가지고 있다라는 걸 보고 와가지고 저희가 딱히 이렇게 뭐 샘플로 볼 수 있는 게 있을까
그건
해서.
없을 거예요. 지금 S5가 전시돼 있는데요.
네.
그거 자체가 지금
방수 기능 관련돼서는
그
딱히
내용은
없는 거죠.
예.
알겠습니다. 이게 뭐예요? 어떤 마이크로 에리?
As for cell phones, we sometimes accidentally drop them into water. There's a new technology that makes our phones waterproof. Se-min wanted to film it at the exhibition, but it wasn't available. She goes to see if she can get news footage on another everyday product that uses nanotechnology.
One thing that I found out was really groundbreaking for me was a waterproof ability on our electronics. We've seen a couple times on smartphones, on Samsung smartphone actually. Although I encounter that information, that piece of information, that waterproof electronics originally stemmed from nanotechnology, I was not able to view it with my own eyes. So that was one of the things that I regret. But knowing that technology has been already embedded in our own daily lives was something that caught my eyes.
Aside from conglomerates, small and medium-sized businesses that use nanotechnology also participated in the exhibition.
그냥 간단히 콜더스트 넣어주면 되고요. 황사, 미세먼지, 스모그, 꽃가루 그런 거 다 막아주는 거예요.
요리할 때 이제 냄새 나는 가스나 그 휴물, 카본 필터하고 바이러스 필터하고 더스트 필터하고 세 가지.
일회용인가요, 이게?
예. 한 번 쓰고 버리는 거로.
용도가 다른 거고요, 색깔에 따라서.
여기 설명 유튜브.
용도가 다른 거죠, 색깔에 따라서.
필터 종류가 달라요.
Se-min goes around to some 500 booths. Now she decides to talk to those who came to the exhibition.
Hello, sir. I'm Ashley from Arirang TV. I was wondering if I can ask you some questions regarding the exhibition. Are you here as a spectator or
We are exhibitors.
Okay. Mind if I? Do you mind doing an interview, a brief interview on camera?
All right.
Okay. So, what brings you here to the kickoff day of the NANO Korea today?
I'm actually not with the nano technology, but associated with laser technology, which also is simultaneously in Hall A. But I'm visiting the Nano Hall because it's a very hot topic in general technology, and also our lasers are used to structure nano coatings and so on. So it's a major technology for nano production, for nanotechnology product making. I'm not a specialist on nanotechnology in general, but as far as I read and know from visiting exhibitions, Korea is one of the leading countries in nanotechnology research and production.
Thank you. 감사합니다. When I was doing a background research on the event itself and the nanotechnology, I came across that information that Korea itself in the global scale, that it ranks 4th in nanotechnology standards or its compatibility. So I wanted to see if any other foreigners who were taking part in the exhibition could speak for us how compatible Korea is when it comes to nanotechnology. So I tried approaching a number of foreigners at the exhibition to see if they can speak for me how Korea is doing in a global scale.
Se-min sets up an interview that will help provide depth about the exhibition to the viewers.
신세민입니다. 안녕하세요.
반갑습니다.
이제 나노 융합 산업이 어떻게 보면 신성장 산업으로 발돋움을 했는데 이번을 계기로 해서 어떤 결과를 초래하고 싶으신지에 관련해 여기 앞에서 잠깐만 여기 앞에 서주시면 될 것 같거든요. 네, 이번 나노 코리아 2013년 왜 매년마다 슬로건이 따로 있긴 하지만 창조 경제에 관련해서 슬로건이 있었어요. 어떤 계기로 그렇게 창조 경제랑 연관지어서?
저희 그 나노 코리아 주최 측에서는 산업화 세션을 좀 만들어서 무엇이 상품화가 됐고 국민들이 또 무엇이 나노 기술이 접목된 새로운 상품인가 그런 거를 좀 보여드리기 위해서 창조 경제의 하나의 그 축으로서 저희들이 준비를 했고요.
이제 나노 융합 산업이 산업화되는 걸 시작으로 이제 신성장 산업으로 자리를 매김하고 있는데 이번 행사를 통해서 어떤 결과를 바라시는지.
나노를 기반으로 해서 정보, 바이오, 환경, 에너지 이런 모든 분야들이 같이 큰 그 산업화를 위한 큰 하나의 축을 만들었으면 좋겠다는 차원에서 저희는 수년 동안 같이 논의를 하면서 이러한 나노 코리아 행사를 준비해오고 있는데요. 아마도 앞으로 미래의 주축이 될 고등학교와 대학교, 그다음에 연구소에 있는 많은 분들이 새로운 나노 기술의 발전 방향을 볼 수 있는 아마 좋은 자리가 될 수 있다고 저는 그렇게 생각하는데.
감사합니다.
감사합니다.
Se-min has completed collecting the news materials for the day. Now she needs to film the stand-up. She selects a booth that shows some daily products that are made with nanotechnology.
한마디 정도 하고 움직여요.
This is the best booth that shows the development of nanotechnology. Plus, it goes hand in hand with the stand-up that goes in the middle of her package.
Nanotechnology, which has a range of application in the development of automobiles, textiles, and even in machinery, has become a new growth engine for South Korea.
Se-min soon returns to the office to write up the article for the evening news. Se-min continues to find answers to the questions that frequently bother her. She stays positive and overcomes the challenges that come her way.
Invisible speakers, LED headlights on automobiles, and even T-shirts.
Nanotechnology is something that's expected to help bring about huge changes to mankind.
Invisible speakers, LED headlights.
It's a good thing that South Korea is holding international exhibitions related to the technology the whole world is focusing on. We hope to meet reporter Shin Se-min more often and see her challenging herself with meaningful news coverage in the future.
Well, when covering an exhibition or an event, I try to find an interesting point within that event itself to make it more unique and more interesting for the viewers to watch. I thankfully managed to find an interesting point for my viewers, which was showing them what and how the nanotechnology was already and is and will be embedded in our own daily life. And through this coverage, I hope the viewers find it interesting that some of the technologies that they didn't even know stemmed from nanotechnology, it actually is, and that they find it interesting enough.
Good news for South Korea because Namhan Sansong Fortress in Gwangju has been added to the list of UNESCO World Heritage Sites.
We decided to invite Professor Choi Jae-han from Konkuk University, professor at Department of Geography and World Heritage Studies, because he recently participated the 38th World Heritage Committee meeting held in Qatar this month. So I thought he would give us the most vivid stories. I just have a couple of curiosities. How did you become a member of e-commerce Korea?
It's a voluntary base.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's voluntary base, but it should be qualified. At least you have to work on the heritage section over 15 years. Otherwise, you have a PhD.
So this one in Doha, Qatar. So for instance, for Namhan Sansong, did the delegates have to vote for it to become?
No. Just in case of the inscribe, then most of the people say very nice. So if you just recommend it as inscription, then every state party says something good, like congratulations or we support, sort of. So when Namhan Sansong was evaluated, actually 남한산성 is on the floor. We call it on the floor. On the floor, 12 countries just raised their hand and saying that we totally support 남한산성. We agreed on the decisions by the e-commerce.
How many World Heritages were announced this time around?
Actually, every year we have 41 different sites as nominated, but 5 was withdrawn because they are not inscribed or default. So 35 was nominated and only 26 was inscribed.
Oh, so 9 got rejected.
Yeah, 9 got rejected. And also, e-commerce evaluation shows that the only 12 sites are nominated, recommended as an inscription.
Oh.
So it's 12 out of 41. So it's very big competition.
It is.
Yeah.
It's almost like only 1/3 of it
Yeah,
gets.
1/3 will get inscribed as well.
Do we have another site that we want to have it?
Yeah,
inscribed?
this year actually we submit the nomination dossier for Baekje Historic District.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we will wait until next year, June. But the summertime, probably the technical mission expert come to Korea to check out the conservation and the management status. Then the next, right now in order, probably is the Sewol-ho. Sewol-ho is the Confucius Academy. And then next, probably there is another like the Seoul City Hall. I don't know. But
Well, hopefully many more.
Yeah, it depends on the chart for cultural heritage administration. Yeah, we keep going on.
Yeah, well,
Making our valuable heritage, cultural heritage, to be inscribed as World Heritage List.
Well, a little over a week ago, Namhansan-song Provincial Park just southeast of Seoul was added to the list of UNESCO World Heritage Sites, making it Korea's 11th on the list. Professor Choy, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. There are 6 criteria for apply for the World Cultural Heritage. The culture is the power for each country. 세계유산은 우리가 자랑스러워해야 되는 것은 분명합니다. 또 세계유산을 가진 나라로서 우리가 자부심을 느끼는 것도 당연하고요. 근데 더 중요한 것은 이런 세계유산을 우리가 더욱더 아끼고 사랑하고 그리고 지키는 그 과정이 아닌가 하는 생각이 듭니다. 서로 지켜주고 아껴주는 마음 가질 때 우리나라 남한산성이 더욱더 자랑스러운 세계유산이 되지 않을까 하는 생각을 하고 있습니다.